Hello, hello. Welcome to this masterclass. The intention today is to talk about what truly fulfills us and why do we continually, continually go after things that don't feel right to us. Whether it is that we're fearing what other people think of us, whether it's we're scared to take risks, or that we think we're doing the right thing in life, but it's because we have done it multiple times that we have become used to doing it. And anything else is actually not the right thing, or we think it's not something that feels right. What we tend to forget as women is that we are naturally curious, not even women, but in human beings in general. We are a curious creatures, right? We are curious. We always want to explore and we want to know what we're doing and is it beneficial for us? There would be times in your life where things might not be beneficial for you, but you still continue to do it because there is an outcome that you're getting out of it. And there is something that is fueling the part of you that wants to continue doing it because it feels right. For example, if you're someone who is struggling to lose weight and you overeat and you eat subconsciously and without realizing that your body's actually full, but because you are fueling yourself and you're sort of numbing yourself or trying to escape something, you won't feel into your body. You won't feel when your body is saying stop because you're very focused on the emotion that you're trying to fuel. And this is one of the reasons why people overeat and people tend to struggle to lose weight or even go to the gym or exercise because they think that it wouldn't make a difference or they're actually getting something out of eating, which is fueling an emotional, response. Whether they are eating to relieve stress, whether they're eating to numb something like hurt or pain, whatever they're trying to numb is reasonable for them. So I'm not going to go over the overeating or why we do it. It's not my expertise. But I'm here to talk about how we do things that is out of alignment with ourselves. And we continue to do it and we see the patterns, but we're not able to like click it and call it out. And we think that we're doing best for ourselves when we're going into unhealthy habits and we're not realizing it. And there is a way to lean into comfort in healthy ways. One way you could go about this is, first of all, reflecting what is it that you're struggling with and what is likely what is something you are leaning towards that will sort of help you escape the pain or the struggle or the problem, anything that you're eating away. And what I mean by that is not eating away like really eating with food, but you're having an escape. You're having this escapism where you know that this is really painful to feel. So you lean into unhealthy habits such as, drinking, overeating, um, numbing your stress, but not feeling, and you really find it hard to regulate and sit by yourself quietly. One of the ways that really helped me tap into myself and tap into my potential and listening into my body is by having moments of silence every day. So for me, That means meditating for 15 minutes every single day. My mind doesn't go and think about meditating. In fact, the moment I wake up, I'm used to just going into meditative state because I've conditioned my body, I've conditioned my whole, my whole being, my brain to just do it without overthinking, without questioning if this is a good thing or a good time to do right now. I've done it enough to know it's good for me. And I've done it enough that the next day when I wake up and the first thing I do is I meditate. After going to the bathroom and everything, I go into meditative state. What does meditation do? It quiets your mind. Although there may be thoughts that arise when you're sitting by yourself, especially if you're someone who's not used to meditation. Two, it regulates my nervous system. It puts me in a calm state. I can think in a positive way. If I'm feeling stressed by something from the night before, or I'm worried about my morning or how my day would look like, it helps me get clarity, setting intention into what I want to create for the rest of the day. And overall, if you look into the research and into the studies of meditation, it comes from ancient times where um, I'm not sure even if it was called meditation and back in the days. It's just sitting by yourself silently without any distractions. And this may be hard for so many people to do if you're not used to it. When I first got into meditation, I struggled. I wasn't able to sit with myself. And even if I were to sit with myself, I had really dark thoughts, crazy thoughts just coming through me, and I wasn't able to be silent with peace. People think that meditation is a state where you just get into and uh, use it as a way to escape your pain. Well, that might be the case where people do it, or it helps to do it from a place of, I really need moments of silence for myself right now. I feel I'm overstimulated, or there's so much things going on that I just want minutes by myself. You don't have to really do it for 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. You could do it for even 3 minutes, 5 minutes. There's no limit, there's no time to how much you can meditate. It really depends on you, but if you're someone who's starting out to meditate, I would start with 5 minutes. Slowly, you'll increase it to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Some people go for an hour. I can't do an hour just now. Uh, the further I've went is 20 minutes. But there were still thoughts that were coming up. It wasn't like I was doing it and I had no worries. But because I've done it enough that the moment, any thoughts start to bubble up or any worries, that I'm able to come back to my breath. And because when you're leaning to your breath and feeling and listening to your breath is when you start to feel those thoughts are beginning to dissipate. They're beginning to, move away. And while there may be thoughts coming up along the way or during that meditative state, it doesn't help to say, hey, I want you to go away, or I would wish for it to be different. There's no right way to do meditation, right? There's no right way to do it. You just have to find a quiet place, find a comfortable spot. I usually do it just on the ground or sometimes on my bed when I wake up. Any way that Anywhere that makes me feel grounded and that I can have this time for myself. So it could be really anywhere. It's not something to be complicated. It's not something that you have to be in this specific mudra or you have to sit in a specific setting. You can literally do it anywhere. Even just maybe you're watching this, you can take a You can pause this video, take 3 minutes for yourself just to be quiet. Notice there might be thoughts, and that is okay. I don't want you to judge anything that comes up, any feelings, any thoughts. It is what it is. Let it just come through you and let it pass. The minute you start to identify, the minute you start to give your attention, awareness towards those thoughts, you become that and you'll start to drift away. And you might not feel peaceful, you might not, you know, feel like you're present with yourself. You might be pulled away by those thoughts that come up slowly once you give it attention, because you know where attention goes. So where focus is, that's where your energy is, right? Where you focus is it's towards that. So the longer you focus on something, it means you're generating energy every single time. If you had a thought, I'm not good enough, or a belief that confirms something about you that is actually detrimental, but you're not aware of it. The more you give it attention, the more you focus on it, the more you're repeating it and listening to it, the more it's embedded and becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, right? Think of it as when you have a thought about a certain color. Say I'm thinking red, 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 and my focus is on red, red. My focus will just be on the red. It's not going to be on anything else. Even if I saw something so beautiful, I would not focus on it because all I'm repeating, all my attention, awareness is going towards is the color red. So look for anything that is red around me. If I'm outside, I may not even be conscious or aware of even how cold it is or how hot it is outside. My focus and energy will be towards finding the color red or where can I find red, right? So that's why it's important to know where you're focusing on, what you're focusing on and where, right? Because where focus goes, energy flows. And the more you're repeating that to yourself, the more you're going to a place where you might not want to be in. Maybe trying to escape yourself by saying affirmations, but that wouldn't really work unless you put in the work, unless you challenge what the deep root cause of a belief. Where did it come from? When did it start? And when did you start believing it? At what age? That's when you start to reprogram and rewire your mind. And that's when you're no longer prisoned by that thought or by that belief. So I know that I spoke about a lot of things right now about meditation, beliefs, subconscious mind, and awareness. But when you look at it like that, it's all actually intertwined and connected. When you're having awareness towards something, that's when you can bring change. That's when you can decide whether you want to stay like this or you want to change. I know that change can feel scary, and it's the most difficult thing I can say. And I'm not here to tell you it's the most amazing, peaceful journey you'll go through. Awakening and becoming aware of your subconscious is not a peaceful state at all. What I can say, the other side of it is peace. And you might be wonder how do I say this with confidence and how sure I am of this is because I went through it. There were times when I wasn't peaceful in my life, that everything else was just juggling and there were so many thoughts and things ruminating. I couldn't maybe see it as a challenge or I couldn't see it as a way to come out of it. I was always like, this is the reality of my life. This is how I'm gonna live for the rest of my life. I'm not gonna have any change. It's scary. People are gonna judge me, and at the end, I will just feel alone and isolated. That was the biggest fear of it. that I would just end up being by myself and no one will support me because of the changes that I have encountered or the changes that I went through. If I grew up in believing that, I would not be here. So my mission, my part, my deepest purpose is to really uncover your truth by challenging what you have always known. What is the most aligned thing for you? And a part of my mission is to help you see through that, help you see through the challenges. What are your fears? What are your deepest desires? What are you so scared of and why? What's so bad about dreaming big? What's so bad about changing yourself? Now, change doesn't come from I hate myself, I want to change. It's from I see that I can improve. I see that I can struggle. And I feel like change is needed right now. I do love myself and accept myself, but there's room for improvement. Do you see how there's it's two different ways to look at it. It's your perspective. If I'm changing because I hate who I am and I really want to be completely different because I cannot accept the person that I see in the mirror, or I feel enough and complete, I love myself, I'm just struggling and I feel like there's room for improvement. I feel like I need um to improve on areas where I'm struggling in and I feel that I'm not moving forward with this belief or this identity, this old identity of mine. If you are changing from a place of I hate myself, from this place, you never be fully fulfilled. You're always going to seek for other things because the core of it is I don't value change and I don't believe that I can change because I don't like myself. So what are you going to do actually from that identity is you're going to keep adding, and more things, more people, more experiences, more spiritual practices, more inner work. Da 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 da. It's going to be repeating itself like a cycle, like a cycle wheel. It's almost like going like that. It's the same cycle. Doesn't matter what you throw in. It's always going to be it's the same thing unless you change your identity. But the root cause of it is what you need to work on. It's not the things. So if you're here and you are accepting, you're loving yourself, you think there is room and space. It's like a piece of pie. Like there is this portion where it needs adjustment. There's something needs to be done. You want to get better at something, but not from a place of hate, from a place of um, deep love that you are desiring and deserving of more. But here it's coming from a place of self-hate. So the more you're going to add things, it's never going to truly fool you because the root cause of it is I don't like myself regardless. But here it's having that acceptance of yourself. You're coming from a loving place. And I say this all the time that anyone who has the desire to change, that means deep down they truly love themselves. It's an interesting concept. So anyone, including yourself watching this, if you want to change a part of you and you're wanting to improve, it comes from a place of love because you value yourself. If you don't value and love yourself, you're never going to take a step towards what you want because you don't believe that you deserve it, or maybe a different belief that you might be having. This is just an example. And change can feel and be difficult, but which pain is greater? I think this is a very important question I want you to write down somewhere. Is I lost my trail of thought. I probably will come back, but what helps is asking yourself, what's my deepest desire and why do I want this? And also asking yourself, what's so bad about change? Why am I so afraid of change? Why am I so afraid to tap into my potential? What is my potential? Your potential is something that deep down you know it's the right thing to do. It feels good. It feels right. But your mind says it's scary. And what if people judge me for that? So you're going to be afraid along the way. I'm not saying that fear is not there, but fear can still exist while you are changing. It's just a part of life. So, what is so scary about change? Why is change difficult? Why is it scary that if I change this part of myself, I would, it would feel difficult? And there are so many people that talk about change differently. So, how do you define getting better? How do you define that you already feel good where you are right now? Is when you stop resisting, when you accept, when you accept your life situations as moments and glimpses of growth, and that trusting you're getting into the right place. That's leaning into your inner trust and intuition. Why I talk a lot about authenticity, intuition is a part of it is connected. When you're intuitive, you're connecting to your intuition, you're tapping into that, that's your truth. Regardless of what logical answers you might come up with, your intuition is your greatest guide. And it has become this thing where everyone talks about it. Everyone talks about how to be authentic, how to be real. Um, how do I listen to my intuition? What the heck is that even? Some people don't know what it is, but they think it's this woo thing that it's an external power that comes from somewhere or someone. It really isn't. It's simple as that. It's an energy that is formed in you, that is something you are actually born with. But because we have become disconnected in this world, we don't know what it is. We don't know what it feels like because we're tapped into things that are outside of us. We're more connected to things and people and situations more than we're connected to our inner guide, more than we're connected to things. I'm going to take this off because it's flaring up. We're more connected to situations, our stress, thinking about our problems. The minute you wake up, you think about your problem. So let me know what you think about this. And uh, if this is resonating, please do let me know. I hope you're taking some incredible notes down because this is truly valuable. So you take time to answer these questions and see what comes up. Do not judge them. Just let whatever needs to come out just to flow through you. A way to tap into your intuition and inner guide is listening. How often do we listen and pause? How often do we listen, sit with ourselves just silently without any distractions? Not a lot. Not a lot of people do that. I've practiced it enough that I am okay to be in silence, that I'm okay to listen to what is calling me. There's a difference between listening to the thoughts and listening to your body. Subtle, it's very subtle. It comes in unexpected ways. So I would be sitting down right now, and the first thought is this even making sense to my audience? My inner guide my highest self is whispering, know it. I listen, I feel it. Deep down, it's saying, wow, this is powerful. And this is not really an egoic uh, praise. It's it's a confirmation. It's a feeling of you're doing the right thing, you're on the right track. Ego can be like, oh, you know so many great things. You're so good at this. This is gonna blow up. Or people are gonna watch this. You're gonna get X amount of views, or many people talk about it. This is kind of the ego perspective because it wants to be better, it wants to be the highest, it wants to be perfect. In an imperfect world, that doesn't exist. So you have to be really aware of what you're listening to. Is it the ego? Is it the fear? Is it your thoughts? Because ego is very sneaky. It can come in form of thoughts. It's the best, it knows it all, and it doesn't need help. It's challenging, it's competitive, it wants to, reach, become famous or whatever. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you need to be aware of those as well, the different voices that exist in you. I'm not trying to make this scary. It's not like a different voice that is like a demonic or a voice that is outside of you. It's your internal voice. You know that voice that when you are silent, there's something being communicated inside, or there's even two different parts or three different parts sometimes talking to each other. Like, when you go into something really scary, there's a part of you that's like, hell yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be incredible. And there's the other part that's talking to us like, no, I'm really scared. I don't think I can do it. I'm so scared. What are people gonna say? The other part is gonna be like, oh, you guys are judging. Just go for it. You have to find like a middle point where you agree. So there's an observer voice or an observant, and there's two voices kind of talking to each other about something. So it's which one are you listening to? The voice of fear or the voice of your heart, which is from a place of love, and that's where true courage comes from. Um, I'm just trying to see if I've covered everything and if this is all making sense. Of course it is. So right now, I just want you to, we could even do this together. So just find a comfortable place. I don't know where you are watching this from, your laptop or phone. If you're driving, do not do this. But if you are sitting and you're comfortable where you're at, I just want you to close your eyes down for me. We're going to go through a journey, a short journey. Just keep your eyes closed down for me. I want you to take one deep breath through the base of your spine and sigh it out. I want you to take another breath. Sigh. One last breath through your spine. And exhaling, mouth through your mouth or nose. I want you to tune into your breath, any sounds around you. Start by noticing those sounds. And if it's silent, start to notice it's being, it's becoming silent. The noise is fading out more and more. It's moving away, and you start to notice that you are slowly, slowly listening only to my voice. My voice is getting louder, clearer, that you can only hear my voice and nothing else around you. You're tapping into the energy inside as you're listening to my voice guiding you here. You're starting to listen and feel your breath as you inhale cool air and you exhale anything out that is not serving you. You begin by scanning your eyelids, your eyebrow, nose, your lips. Start feeling the moisture of your lips, your chin. Notice if there's any tension on your face. Could you relax the muscles? Any tightness, so you are relaxing, becoming more and more relaxed. Slowly moving through your throat, your chest, your abdominal, your belly, your thighs, your legs, your foot. Noticing your foot touching your ground. Notice how you are grounded into Mother Earth. Notice how, imagine that there are roots coming out of your feet, grounded to the earth, the floor beneath you. And you start to notice that you're becoming more and more like sucked in, you're glued to the earth. That awareness becomes stronger. You start to notice your whole body just becoming rested and at ease. Slowly, just start tuning into the awareness. Notice how your heart feels. Is it tense? Is it tight? Or are you perhaps relaxed? Still listening to my voice. And I want you to ask yourself, what do I feel called to do? What am I aligned with? What is my intention for the rest of the day? What do I want to create for the rest of the day? What feelings do I want to feel? What experiences do I want to experience? Whatever comes up, confirm it and say it with confidence. Don't question, don't judge. Doesn't have to be perfect. Can be a feeling, can be a word, can be a sentence, can be a knowing that comes up. Just trust whatever comes up and confirm it to yourself. Believe that it already is. And slowly, as you're confirming it and believing it and feeling it, all the feelings, I want you to place your hand on your heart and say, I trust myself. I trust that whatever path I'm creating is the right way. I know I'm walking the right path. I trust myself to make choices that align with my truth. And I believe that everything will work out as it should. Take a deep breath and then exhale it. Feel it, confirm it, believe it. Feel the energy, feel any tingling. Imagine that it already is. Slowly coming back to the space around you, to the room, the place you're sitting in. And I want you to, whenever you're ready, open your eyes, welcoming yourself into the space. And notice how you're feeling. Notice how you were before you started this and how you feel after. Notice any sensations. Notice how lighter you feel and how calm you feel within yourself. Notice that they were thoughts, but now it's more uh, this trust and knowing that everything is okay. You can use this as any time, at any time of the day, to tap into yourself, your intuition, your guidance, and a way for you to feel grounded within yourself. Let me know if this was helpful and how you found this. And I think it's a really powerful tool. And if you want to more explore and dive deep into yourself, that's why I have my program, Embrace Thyself. It's a beautiful 12-week journey that we go through to unleash who you are and cover this true nature of your being and stop playing small and become the best version of yourself to live a healthy life and a life that feels true to you and is less about other people and to start to feel this confidence just radiating and create experiences that are powerful. Let me know how that went. I'll be more happy to connect with you about any of this. So yeah, that is it. I hope this was great and you tapped into something powerful. And you can use this every day to ground yourself in whatever form, way, and whenever. Live with love, live in truth. Take care.